Welcome to the suffocating pressure of a World Cup knockout stage. Imagine staring down a record run chase of 196 against the West Indies, or walking out into the bruising tension of a semifinal against England. Normally, moments of this magnitude belong to the loud, ego-driven superstars, athletes who project absolute invincibility on the field. But Sanju Samson took a different approach. Right after playing the innings of his life, he made a startling admission. Behind his intense public persona, he actively battled lingering self-doubt, wondering if he would ever truly belong on this stage. The numbers explain his hesitation. For years, he lived on the absolute fringes of the national team. He spent 60 matches on the field, but sat out exactly 100 T20 international games, endlessly waiting for a permanent spot. How does a player crippled by uncertainty, benched for 100 matches, suddenly engineer two of the most explosive, high-stakes innings in Indian cricket history? Let's look at the sheer scale of what he achieved. In the virtual quarter-final against the West Indies, Samson smashed an unbeaten 97 runs off just 50 balls. That innings single-handedly pulled off the highest successful run chase ever recorded at Kolkata's Eden Gardens. Then, in the semi-final against England, he delivered an 89-run masterclass, systematically dismantling the opposing bowling attack. This chart shows exactly how aggressive that semi-final performance was. Samson maintained a staggering strike rate of 211.90. Strike rate is a cricket metric that measures the average number of runs a batter scores per 100 balls faced. He punctuated this aggressive pace by hitting 7 massive sixes. Looking at this same data, we can see his 89 runs tied the all-time Indian record for the highest individual score in a T20 World Cup knockout match. He matched Virat Kohli's legendary 89-run knock from the 2016 tournament. These numbers represent a historical departure for a non-guaranteed starter. To achieve this level of dominance from the bench requires a massive shift in a player's mental approach. Samson calls this his mental reset. Before the matches, he actively switched off his phone and completely ignored social media, choosing total isolation over public validation. This coping mechanism traces back to a specific childhood trauma. While growing up in Delhi, a young Samson scored over 500 runs in a junior tournament, only to face a crushing, unexpected rejection from the local under-13 team. Instead of letting that bitterness consume him, he and his family relocated to Kerala. This gave him a quiet sanctuary to rebuild his game entirely away from the noise and the critics. He applied this same quiet observation to his time on the bench. During those 100 missed games, he sat on the sidelines and silently studied how legends constructed their innings and successfully chased down impossible targets. We saw the direct result of this mental conditioning during the England match. When Harry Brook dropped a crucial catch while Samson was sitting at just 15 runs, Samson did not panic. He instantly capitalized on the bowler's mistake. Facing one of the most terrifying pace attacks in the world, he shifted the momentum of the entire game without a second thought. Samson weaponized those years on the sidelines as a laboratory for mental engineering, turning past rejections into the focus required for this exact moment. Let's return to the climax of that England semifinal. Samson is accelerating rapidly through the 80s. He is just 11 runs away from a historic World Cup century. In most sports narratives, a benched player who finally gets his moment will slow down. They will play it safe to secure their personal milestone. But Samson deliberately sacrificed his century. He took extreme, unselfish risks at the crease, swinging hard to ensure the team's run rate remained absolutely blistering. This aggressive tactic resulted in his dismissal, but his choice propelled India to a towering, match-winning total of 253 for 7. Even during the post-match ceremony, Samson refused the spotlight. After winning Player of the Match, he immediately attempted to redirect the award to fast bowler Jasprit Bumrah. Samson stated clearly that without Bumrah's unbelievable death bowling, leaking just 6 runs in the critical 18th over, his own batting performance would have meant nothing. Death bowling refers to the highly pressurized final overs of a cricket innings, where bowlers try to restrict the batting side from scoring rapidly. Samson traded a personal milestone for the team's survival. He left his century on the field, and in return, he gave this crowd a collective victory.